In a previous video, I talked about the difference between elbow-dominated movements and shoulder-dominant. Which one do you have when you're doing your push-ups or your dips or your pull-ups and stuff? Do you have a focus on moving one joint over moving the other joint? Now, of course, we have this with the lower body. We have the potential of knee-dominant exercises where you feel it more in your quads or your hamstrings. And you, of course, have your hip-dominant exercises where you feel it more in your glutes, also to your hamstrings to a certain degree. Ankle, well, you can have ankle dominant with like calf raises, but primarily what we're talking about here, lunges and squats, which dominant do you have? And ideally, particularly with like chain train stuff, you don't want a dominance. If you're dominant here, this isn't working hard enough with your hamstrings and your glutes. If you're dominant here, this isn't working hard enough with your quads, maybe your anterior tibialis, and so on. Basically, we're looking for any sort of lopsided use of tension, because chain training is a tension management system, as I like to call it. It's not about how do you use your muscles. You don't use your muscles. Your muscles don't do anything. You never use muscles when you're exercising. You use tension, which flows through your muscles. And that's what chain training's about. Manage the tension. You get much more out of what you want. So when you feel like you're focusing on extending your knee, your quadriceps are primarily working. When you feel like you're extending your hip, lunges and squats, glutes and hamstrings. What do you want? Do you want either of these working more? No, you want them both working on a very equal measure. This is one of the reasons why things like the narrow leg squats and single leg squats are so damn beneficial, because it's physically impossible to do these moves with a knee or hip dominance. You'll fall on your butt if you don't have enough hip activation. You'll be wobbling all over, and your knees wobbling all over if you don't have enough quadriceps and knee tension as well. So you want to be 50-50, and your legs are going to be a hell of a lot stronger and more stable, and your joints will thank you too afterwards when you have this all balanced out. Questions below. Be fit, live free.